do. He, because. Akarmanaha, when compared to inaction. Karma, action. Jayaha, superior. Akarmanaha, due to inaction. Te, your. Sharira yatra, maintenance of the body. Api, even. Cha, and na prasiddhet, would become impossible. त्वं नियतं कर्म कुरु हि अकर्मणः कर्म जायः अकर्मणः ते शरीरयात्रा अपि च न प्रसिद्धेत. Do action that is to be done, because action is superior to inaction. And do sorry. And due to inaction, even the maintenance of your body would not become possible. Do action that is to be done, because action is superior to inaction. And due to inaction, even the maintenance of your body would not become possible. The word niyatam refers to karma that is enjoined by the Shastra. By telling Arjuna to do those actions that are not to be done, Krishna was not suggesting that the Shastra would always tell him what is to be done. There are, of course, many situations that the Shastra does not cover. But because every situation is a part of the given universal order, the situation itself dictates what is to be done. Thus, you need not be told what a particular action is to be done at particular time. Given the situation, what is to be done becomes very obvious. The karma that is obvious in the given situation, that which is proper, is also niyat karma. It is niyat either by the order of dharma or because it is enjoined by the Shastra. In any case, it is the karma that must be done daily, occasionally, whenever. Krishna told Arjuna to perform action because it is definitely superior to do nothing. If you do not know the Atma and do not do karma either, nothing will be accomplished. Instead, all that will happen is that the body will become sick and the antakarna, the mind, will become even sicker. Thus, doing karma is definitely superior. The word Sharirayatra in the verse refers to the journey of the living body. From birth onwards, it has been journeying. Even though it reaches certain stages, there are still stations to travel to, like a train that has not yet reached its destination. The journey of living, Krishna said here, does not take place if actions are not performed. You simply cannot live your life. Even mere survival is not possible. And by merely surviving, you are accomplishing nothing. Life is not mere survival. Even a frog manages to survive. Every living organism has the instinct for survival, and it does survive for as long as it can. Since anyone and anything can survive, survival is not considered to be a human accomplishment. Life, human life especially, is not just for surviving, it is for some accomplishment. There is, this is why the fourfold Purusharthas, human ends, security, artha, pleasure, kama, righteousness, dharma, and liberation, moksha, are mentioned in the Shastra. Since there are these ends to be accomplished, we have various desires that impel us to attempt to fulfill them. Since there are these ends to be accomplished, we have various desires that impel us to attempt to fulfill them. To just survive, one must at least eat. There is a Swami who is said to be such a great sannyasi that he does not use his hands even for eating. However, he does open his mouth so that someone else can put the food in. Obviously, he does not understand that opening his mouth is an action and closing it is another action, to say nothing of chewing, swallowing, and preparing for the next mouthful. This same Swami will not talk either. He does nothing and people call it Nishkarmya, which is not. Even eating is not possible if you do no action. And to live, you have to get your food somehow. If you will not use your hands to eat, someone else has to put the food into your mouth. When others have to cook your food and put it into your mouth, there is action. Earning the money to buy the food and materials needed to prepare it is also action. Since survival cannot possibly be without action, do what is to be done by you. By telling Arjuna to perform action, Krishna was telling him not to be afraid of action. Arjuna's problem was that his karma was the cause of his being bound. Arjuna's problem was that his karma was the cause of his being bound. When you do karma, you produce punya and papa, and because of this, you are born again. Again, you will perform karmas, which again produce punya papa, because of which you will be born yet again. This is why karma is said to be the villain in the life of samsara. Because karma alone is the cause for you being bound, you conclude that you should not do karma. Karmas are
Like
inexhaustible.
परवठा बनवायला सांगते.
Uh, can you please mute yourself?
त्या
Someone is
चपातीत
unmute now.
सॉरी.
Rinal, unmute yourself, please.
Karmas are inexhaustible. The cycle of life can be looked at through the model of karma, but if we do so, the model must be taken in its entirety. Suppose you say that by not doing any karma at all, there will be no problem, no punya, no papa, and therefore no more birth and death. The cessation of this cycle of birth and death is what is meant by liberation, moksha. Therefore, by not doing anything, you will accomplish moksha. Let others study Gita. You do not need to let others study Gita. You do not need it because by doing nothing, you can gain moksha. To this, Shankara replies elsewhere by asking further questions. He asks, what about all the karmas standing in your account from previous births, Sanchita karmas? Who is going to fulfill them even if you do nothing in this birth? Secondly, when did you decide not to do any more karma? Until you were 40 years old. All you did was karma. What about that karma? It, al- it also must be fulfilled. Furthermore, can you remain for even a briefest period of time without performing karma? When you have the I am a doer notion, you cannot but do karma. In fact, you cannot remain for even a second without performing some action or the other. And if you are not occupied with doing right karma, it will take you no time at all to do wrong karma. When you have the I am a doer notion, you cannot but do karma. In fact, you cannot remain for even a second without performing some action or the other. And if you are not occupied with doing right karma, it will take you no time at all to do wrong karma. Not doing karma, therefore, is nothing but a pipe dream. There is no such things, there is no such thing as gaining moksha by not doing karma. Of course, karma is the cause for you being bound. No one ever said that karma liberates. Karma definitely binds the jiva. In fact, it is the third strand of the three stranded knot. Ignorance is the first strand. Ignorance in the form of the notion I am a doer. Once this ignorance born notion is there, you cannot avoid the second strand, desires or karma. If you think that you are small, limited, and mortal, you will want to be big, full, immortal. All these are desires. Because you do not want to be limited by ignorance, limited by the knowledge that you have limited knowledge, you do not accept ignorance. This means that you want to be free of limitation of knowledge and ignorance, which is another desire. There is also the desire to be happy, to be free from. There is also the desire to be happy, to be free from unhappiness, inadequacy, lack. These desires arise because you do not know what you are already full. These desires arise because that you do not know that you are already full. When this ignorance is there, desires will also be there, and of course they will be according to your limited knowledge. Therefore, even your wants are not very big. You may want this and that, but they are all small wants really. Then, in order to fulfill these wants, you perform karma, which produces punya and papa that creates new births for you. Given this ignorance, desire cycle, action cycle, you remain bound by karma. Given this ignorance, desire, action cycle, you remain bound by karma. Karma yoga releases you from the hold of raga dveshas. This same karma, however, while not itself while not itself a releasing factor, can assist in one's release if it is done with the attitude of karma yoga, as we have seen. This same karma, however, while not itself a releasing factor, can assist in one's release if it is done with the attitude of karma yoga, as we have seen. By performing karma in this way, one is released from the hold of raga dvesha, likes and dislikes. Therefore, the same karma becomes a means, a sadhana. In the next few verses, the karma done in this way is being referred to as yajna. It becomes yoga and one gains shuddhanta karna, a pure mind. With this pure mind, the person gains the knowledge that is moksha. This then in the order, this is the order. Sorry. This then is the order. Beginning with the next verse and ending with the 16th verse, Krishna then talked about karma as a means leading to moksha. यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणोऽन्यत्र लोकोऽयं कर्म बन्धनः तदर्थं कर्म कौन्तेय मुक्तः सङ्गः समाचर यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणः अन्यत्र other than the karma performed for the sake of yajna with reference to other karma. Ayam, this, lokaha, the one who is enjoined to do the karma. Karma bandhanaha, the one who is bound by action. Kaunteya, O Kaunteya, tadartham, for the sake of that. Mukta sangaha, being one free from attachment. Karma, action. Samachara, perform. यज्ञार्थात् कर्मणः अन्यत्र अयं लोकः कर्मबन्धनः कौन्तेय तदर्थं मुक्तसङ्गः कर्म समाचर. This person who is enjoined to do action is bound by karma other than that performed for the sake of yajna, that is, other than the action performed as an offering to Ishvara. For this reason, O Kaunteya, being one free from attachment, perform action for the sake of that yajna. This person who is enjoined to do action is bound by karma other than that performed for the sake of yajna, that is, other than the action performed as an offering to Ishvara. For this reason, O Kaunteya, being one free from attachment, perform action for the sake of that yajna. Yajna is very important word in the Vedic literature. Even though the word means sacrificial ritual, in the wider sense, yajna means every action of one's life is performed as an offering to Ishvara. In an act of giving, there is a giver, something given, and a recipient. In an offering such as a ritual, one more factor is involved, the place of offering, the altar. Thus, there is the altar of offering, the recipient who is invoked in the offering, the one who does the offering, and the offering itself. Nothing in the creation is looked upon as something separate from the Lord. The Lord is consciousness being Chaitanya. Only in the conscious being does the activity of digestion takes place and the food offered is not separate from the Lord. This is why the 15th chapter of Gita and the shloka Brahmarpanam are repeated before eating. These verses make it very clear that everything is the Lord, including the food we eat and the one who eats it. Therefore, eating is an offering. In the fire ritual, the altar is the fire, the turf. The oblation is offered unto the fire. The offerer is called Yajamana and the recipient of the offering Devata. Usually, when you offer something to another person, you expect reciprocal treatment. You expect something in return from the person. Giving and receiving gifts during the Christmas season is a case of in point. You offer a gift to another, no matter how small, and that person offers you something also. All offerings belong to the Lord alone. Because giving gifts at Christmas time is a convention, a beautiful convention, you have to offer and return is expected. It is not the gift you are interested in, it is the care and consideration, the remembrance of the other person that counts. But when we offer something to Devata like Indra, reciprocity is not a factor. As a part of yajna itself, I say in so many words that what I am offering belongs to Indra. It does not belong to me. There is the mantra that we say when we make an offering to the Lord Indra. Indraya Swaha, Indraya Idam Namama. Offered unto offered unto Indra, this is now Indra's, not mine anymore. Indraya Swaha, Indraya Idam Namama. In this way, everything is looked upon as yajna, as we shall see in the fourth chapter. The breathing process is yajna. The breath goes out is called prana, and the incoming breath, when your breath is, sorry, the breath that goes out is called prana, and the incoming breath, when you breathe in, is called apana. When you breathe out, the prana is offered to apana. And when you breathe in, apana is offered back to prana. In this way, breathing is
Sorry,
considered to be
Kunal,
a
can you repeat this a little slowly
sure.
regarding the prana and apana?
Yeah.
Actually, I think it is reverse. Day before also when we read, the prana is when we take in, but here it is said when we breathe out.
Uh, but when you, um, yeah, anybody has this any idea about it? Because I don't have. Yeah. In this way, everything is looked upon as yajna, as we shall see in the fourth chapter. The breathing process is yajna. The breath that goes out is called prana, and the incoming breath, when you breathe in, is called apana. When you breathe out, the prana is offered to apana, and when you breathe in, apana is offered back to prana. In this way, breathing is considered to be a yajna.
Actually, yeah. See, prana is something that apana is always about excretion. No? So maybe there's a little twist here. I'm not sure. We'll get it clarified. I think this verse comes again in the different forms of yajna in chapter 4.
Hmm.
Um, See, when we breathe out, it is apana. We breathe in is prana. So the prana is offered to the apana, and the apana is again back in turn is offered back to prana.
Hmm.
That is what is my understanding, but here it is given a little differently. That
Because
it's quite the
because it's
opposite.
in Patanjali, here in Patanjali also it is said prana, the force that moves upward and inward, means inhalation.
Yeah.
That verse 29 in chapter 4, Pane apane juhvati pranam prane panam tata pare prana apana gati rutva pranayama parayana parayana yana. So here it says others devoted to the practice of pranayama regulate the movement of prana and apana and offer as oblation prana in apana and likewise apana in prana. So you are asking breathing in is prana, breathing out is apana.
That's what.
Prana is the breathing, apana is the one excretion, in that vital air. What do you call that? The pancha pranas. Apana is one of those things, excretion, I think. Yeah. Prana, apana, vyana is the circulation, samana is the digestion. Udana is the one at the time of death, or the other ones like uh, vomiting and things like that is Udana. So Apana is more of a things that is excreted. Yeah, then Dr. Brahma, what she said is breathing out is probably what the Apana is.
Actually, prana has a upward movement, and apana has a downward movement. So
Mm.
it may be like that कि when we are exhaling prana, the movement decide here. The deciding factor is the movement, maybe
Mm-hmm.
because prana
It
is
is
subtle
this,
than the breathing.
yeah, the breath that goes out is called prana, and the incoming breath when you breathe in is called apana. When you breathe out, the prana is offered to apana. Mm. And when you breathe in, the apana is offered back to prana. So
Can
breathing
you
in
repeat that?
apana is breathing out is a prana here.
Where is
Breathing
there
is
mentioned
considered to be yajna. Mm.
in the fourth chapter?
Yeah, fourth chapter is 29th verse.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So maybe our understanding is not right. So we have to. This is what we normally understand. Prana is something that we inhale, and apana is that we exhale. Anything that
Mm.
goes out of the body is apana, excreted.
Mm.
But here it is no matter. We let this be. But the whole point is going. If you see beyond the specifics, it is that the whole process itself is like an offering, is a yajna. So every action that happens is that is in the universal order is like a yajna. That is the gist.
When we breathe in and breathe out, how the prana circulate in the body, that movement we have to find out actually.
So can you repeat that, Dr. Brahmara, about the yajna part of it? Sorry, I didn't hear it clearly.
No, the whole creation is nothing but Brahman, right?
Right.
So the the offerer is Brahman.
Mm.
Whatever is being offered is also Brahman. And
Mm.
unto which what is offered, that is also Brahman. That is the verse in the fourth chapter which says,
Mm.
Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi
Brahma
Brahmagna Brahmanahutam
Brahmanahutam
Brahmaiva tena
Brahmasmi
gantavyam Brahma karma
Brahmakarma
samadhina. So the
Samadhina.
whole The whole thing, even the act of offering, all that is
Mm.
nothing but Brahman.
Mm.
When such is the case, every action that is there in the universal order that is going according to dharma is nothing but an
Oh,
yajna.
I see what you're saying. Okay. So whatever is, even the ablation is Brahman. Whatever.
Yes.
Okay. Everything is that is. Okay.
Even in the 18th chapter, at yata pravrittir bhutanam,
Mm.
ena sarvam idam tatam. That tatam, that tattva is all pervading. It's pervading in
Mm.
and through creation. So swakarmana tamabhyacha. Offering, praying to him,
Mm.
offering your swakarma as a prayer, siddhim
Mm.
vindati manavaha.
18th chapter.
This is in the 18th chapter. I think maybe the 46th or 47th verse. So that way, even pranayama is a is uh, the prana going in, the inhalation exhalation. That also is a yajna. That's such a beautiful feeling, right? So when we sit to do our sadhana,
Mm.
it's not just during sadhana, but every time. In fact, there's a beautiful song that Swami Satyajata composed. Um, हर सांस मेरी पूजा तुम्हारी, हर पल मेरा प्रसाद तेरा. I mean, those two lines itself, um, summarize the whole karma yoga, whole yajna bhava. हर सांस मेरी पूजा तुम्हारी. Every breath of mine is a prayer unto you. And
Mm.
har pal mera prasad tera. Every moment I have is a is prasada from you,
Mm.
is a gift from you.
Right.
I mean, it totally elevates your consciousness to a different
Mm.
level,
Mm-hmm.
wherein you get that honor. And that is what Patanjali says. He says, whatever you do it with honor and respect.
Mm.
See, doing pranayama, doing our kriya, meditation, and whatever we're doing, not just our yogic practices, but whatever we're doing during the day to day, can
Mm.
be done mechanically or can be done with awareness, with gratitude, honoring it. So that is the whole yajna bhava that's being brought up in these last two verses.
Mm-hmm.
I think Swamiji says even rearing a child, taking care of a child,
Yeah.
everything. I mean, every action of ours,
Everything is, yeah.
even when you're taking a bath, rather
Mm.
than just quickly, you're taking a bath, you're
Mm.
it's like you're doing abhisheka. You're doing it with
Mm.
that
Bhavana.
reverence.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Katrita Bhavana.
Bringing in that reverence in whatever we do.
Right.
And that is what Gurudev says. Meditation is accepting every moment.
Mm.
That, it's not just when you meditate those 20 minutes when you keep
Right.
your eyes closed, right?
Mm-hmm. True.
And if you look at the whole art of living, the crux of the art of living is living every moment, living
Mm.
in the moment. So
Mm.
bringing in that sanctity, that awareness, honoring every moment. When you're in the moment, then there is no way your mind is getting lost in the past or
Mm.
the regret of the past or the worries of the future. You are in the moment and you will do what is to be done.
Mm. Yeah. Mm.
think I missed this paragraph. I don't know how.
Hmm?
One
What
paragraph
happened?
I missed, I think.
It kept this
Did
one
I?
generally in any offering. Yeah.
Yeah,
You want to start from the beginning, or you just started, right? This verse.
I don't know how I missed it.
The it kind of moved away from the that place,
Yeah,
but you were doing the apana and yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
I don't
about
know how.
prana. Uh,
Yeah, I don't know. Suddenly it went into.
mm,
Yeah, sorry. I'll read this.
yeah, you have to go back. Mm.
Yeah, I don't know how what all I missed over here. Now I read this, but only just I jumped one paragraph, I believe. Anyway, I'll read this again. Yajna is a very important word in Vedic literature. Even though the word means sacrificial ritual, in a wider sense, yajna means every action of one's life is performed as an offering to Ishvara. In an act of giving, there is a giver, something given, and a recipient. In an offering, such as a ritual, one more factor is involved, the place of offering, the altar. Thus, there is the altar of offering, the recipient who is invoked in the offering, and the one who does the offering, and the offering itself. Now, Brahmraji talked about it. Generally, in any offering, there is a word like swaha or namaha, meaning I offer this salutation. For example, when we say Namah Shivaya, it means unto Lord Shiva I offer this salutation. And this is an offering. When this expression is repeated over and over again, it becomes a japa yajna. Even the food you eat is an offering, although most people do not think so of it. If, however, you look upon the digestive system as digestive fire, the food offered into the fire is an offering, and the altar of this offering is the digestive process, prana itself. I'll read this again. Even the food you eat is an offering, although most people do not think of it as such. If, however, you look upon the digestive system as digestive fire, the food offered onto the fire is an offering, and the altar for this offering is the digestive process, prana itself. Therefore, before eating, the food is offered to the Lord in the form of prana. Brahmaraji, you do that, no? Mm, you say that, no? All the prana names you, five prana names you take, isn't it? While offering the prasad to the Lord.
Pranaya swaha, apanaya swaha, dhyanaya swaha, udanaya swaha, samanaya swaha. That is what is done when we're offering Naivedya
Correct. Uh,
for thing. And then also in the, is it the
and
15th
you
chapter?
hold your nose also, right? And
Yes.
you
Yeah.
hold just holding it or closing one nostril or something.
Yeah, that is symbolic again that you're doing.
Mm.
Pranaya Swaha, actually, what we do is um, show our hand around the prasada naivedya and
Correct.
offer it to the Lord. But when you're doing the pranayama, yes, you're supposed to be actually doing pranayama, but they say just hold your nose, which
Mm.
is symbolic. But
Symbolic, yeah.
uh,
I just
aham
remembered you
vaishwan,
doing that. Mm.
right? अहं वैश्वानरो भूत्वा प्राणिनां देहमाश्रितः प्राणापानसमायुक्तः पचाम्यन्नं चतुर्विधम्. This is in the ninth chapter, I think, where ninth or 15th chapter, where he says, Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva. He is there within. And Praninam dehamashritaha pranapana samayuktaha pachamyannam chaturvidam. I digest. He's a digestifier. He's everything actually. He's the food that is eaten, the person who's eating, the
Yeah, that's
digestive process.
chapter 15,
15th
14th,
chapter. Yeah,
uh,
15th.
14th verse. Yeah. Aham Vaishwanar. Yeah, that's why I was remembering that name, Vaishwanaru. The fire is called Vaishwanaru. Vaishwanara. Vaishwanara. The digestive fire. Sorry.
Nothing in the creation is looked upon as something separate from the Lord. The Lord is a conscious being, Chetana. Only in a conscious being does the activity of digestion takes place, and the food offered is not separate from the Lord. This is why the 15th chapter of the Gita and the shloka Brahmarpanam are repeated before eating. These verses make it very clear that everything is the Lord, including the food we eat and the one who eats it. Therefore, eating is an offering.
That
In a
four
fire
kinds
ritual,
of food,
sorry,
four kinds of food, right? And what is that? What is the four kinds of? It's
I think
sorry.
more
it's
like.
Bhakshya, Bhokshya, Lehya, Choshya. I think there are three
Hmm.
types, four types.
Hmm. Hmm, hmm.
I don't know the exact categorization, but these are the four types. One is that solid, one is, I think, liquid,
Liquid. Uh-huh.
mashed. I don't know the exact, categorization.
Hmm.
But Sanskrit wise, it's Bhakshya, Bhokshya, Lehya. Lehya is like liquid,
Semi-solid.
and Choshya. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Joshua. Thank you, Dr. Barman. Go ahead, Nolan. Sorry. I kind of wanted to see what that was. Okay.
Why did I skipped one paragraph every time? In a fire ritual, the altar is the fire, the turf. The oblation is offered unto the fire. The offerer is called Yajmana and the recipient of the offering, Devata. Usually, when you offer something to another person, you expect reciprocal treatment. You expect something in return from that person. Giving and receiving gifts during the Christmas season is a case in point. You offer a gift to another, no matter how small, and that person offers you something also. All offerings belong to the Lord alone. Because giving gifts at Christmas time is a convention, a beautiful convention. You have to offer, and in return, you expect. It is not the gift you are interested in, it is the care and consideration, the remembrance of other person that counts. But when we offer something to a devata like Indra, reciprocity is not a factor. As a part of yajna itself, I say so many words that what I am offering belongs to Indra. It does not belong to me. Indraya swaha, Indraya idam namama, offered unto Indra. This is now Indra's, not mine anymore. In this way, everything is looked upon as a yajna. As we shall see in the fourth chapter, the breathing process is yajna. The breath that goes out is called prana, and the incoming breath when you breathe in is called apana. When you breathe out, the prana is offered to apana. And when you breathe in, apana is offered back to prana. In this way, breathing is considered to be a yajna. Those who are committed to the practice of pranayama, control of breath, are not really doing exercises. They are performing a yajna. Prana being Ishvara, the Lord, sorry. Those who are committed to the practice of pranayama, control of breath, are not really doing exercises. They are performing yajna, prana being Ishvara, the Lord. In the same way, all the exercises and yogic postures, asanas, are considered to be yajnas. In fact, each asana has its own devata. Indian music is also a yajna. Every defined melody, raga, is considered to have a head, trunk, and feet. Certain Indian paintings depict each raga with the form of goddess. Thus, even ragas, melodies, have their own presiding deities. Any one aspect in the creation can be looked upon as an aspect of Ishvara, and that aspect becomes the presiding deity or devata. Thus, in any given object, you can invoke the total or an aspect of the total. If it is an aspect, it is called devata. Any functionary, such as the eyes, ears, nose, other organs, has a presiding deity, devata, which is but Ishvara. I'll read this again. Any one aspect in the creation can be looked upon as an aspect of Ishvara, and that aspect becomes the presiding deity or devata. Thus, in any given object, you can invoke the total or an aspect of the total. If it is an aspect, it is called devata. Any functionary, such as the eyes, ears, nose, and other organs, has a presiding deity, devata, which is but Ishvara. The sense organs as Ishvara.
Sorry, Jai Gurudev. So actually in Anganyasa, when we're doing the Vishnu Sahasranamam or Lalita Sahasra, or even before Rudra, you see they do Anganyasa, is that they, each part of our body is, according to how our Tattva Bodh we learn, there is a presiding deity for everything. So we bring all of them into our awareness and then go ahead and do the chant or do the Rudram. That again is
Is it part of the drum or you separately say it?
as a no, just before you start the Rudram or any
Oh,
chant for that matter.
That is
If you look at the
Anganyasa.
beginning, it's
Mhm.
called Anganyasa.
uh,
Anga, every Anga is given, no? Like,
Yes. Right. Yeah, like we did read all the devatas for the
yeah.
eyes and ear.
Nyasa is being centered. So you're bringing all your bodily parts,
But
everything, you're bringing it to one point, and then you're going ahead with the chant.
yeah, I always see that like what you were saying earlier. They touch their nose and then they pour water in the hand and go around the plate of the food or the leaf where you're eating, right? And everybody does it a little differently. I don't know how that works. I mean, in terms of food, and you're talking about the reading part, which is also nice. I also thought like, um, so you pray to Vishnu for the Padar. Uh, I mean, when you say gratitude, I try to do that in terms of gratitude when you're doing some yoga, but not like what you're saying. How do you
Like the one Ganesha puja you had shared, Brahmaraji, even that has no different body parts with the different names. Ganesha's names, you chant that.
Yeah, every
Ganesha.
puja,
Correct.
every has
Mm-hmm.
the Anga
Even in
puja
Ramaraksha also, uh,
also.
each part is, yeah, each part is mentioned with different the other.
That's what the previous two paragraphs that you're reading, the presiding deities.
Actually, everything is so integrated in our system.
Yeah.
Just that rather than do it for kamya karma, you do the whole thing, prayer, but you're
Mm.
doing it out of awareness and you're doing it as a yajna.
Mm.
That's the twist between, that's the shift between doing, doing a prayer for a limited result as to doing it as with an attitude of karma yoga.
Mm.
Mm.
Karma yoga, the only result is your antakarna shuddhi.
And only when people would know that your body with the different names of gods, when you do, I
Mm.
doubt there will be any violence left in the.
Mm. Now that you reminded the devatas, I'm trying to think which devatas for what. Mm. But the eyes is Agni, right? This or sun god. Mm. Ears is Dik Devata. Nose is the Ashwini Kumaras. Tongue has two of them. One is Varuna for taste, and the speech is speech. Vakdevata. And is Indra. It is Vishnu. Prajapati. Brahma.
Time for a revision of our Tattva Bodh little bit.
Right. And the annual excretion is the Yama, Mrityu, and then the belly button is what is that called? Swadi.
Actually, the five sense organs and the five organs of action.
Action.
There
Yeah.
are presiding deities for each of them.
Right. Right. So for the I said the hand, foot, and Prajapati for the
For
genital
the
organ, right? Uh,
genital organ, correct.
yeah.
Correct.
There is another one,
Excretory organ is this one.
Mrityu,
Yama.
Yama, and what is the other one is for other action is the walk, speech.
Vak.
Speech is who is speech? I thought Varuna. I can't believe it. Agni is for speech then.
I was thinking Agni for speech,
Yeah. And the
but
sun god for the
fire,
fire for the eyes.
vision. Yeah.
Yeah. So then asai is
Varuna is for taste.
taste. Yeah. And then the nose, Ganta, Prithvi is Ashwini Kumaras. for the smell.
Indra for hands,
Mm.
Pani Hasta,
Right, right.
and fire speaking, speech.
Yeah, fire, which got thing here. Yeah, five jnanendriyas, five karmendriyas. And then the mind, mind is the lunar, like
Moon.
uh, moon,
The sign, sun, and Buddher Brahma.
Brahma, and the
And
memory
Rudra
is
is, I think, for ego.
ego, and the memory is Vishnu.
Wait, I'm just getting my Tattva board. 1 second. Let's do a quick revision when it comes.
Yeah,
Gurudev remembers all this. There are so many people, even Nana, for instance, he just remembers them. We
yeah.
were
I remember
younger,
that
and then
name names
Shrotra
kind of thing. And
Digdevta.
yeah,
Shrotra,
yeah.
Shrotra
Shotra is a big
Digdevta.
devatas, right?
Twak is Vayu, means skin.
Mm.
Eyes, Chakshu Surya. Jiva,
Mm.
tongue, Varuna. And Granendriya, means smell. Ashwini Kumas, nose.
Right. Yeah.
okay, I
Touch.
will read these two. I think we should memorize
Yes,
these
yes,
two
please.
verses.
Mm.
Shrotram tvak chakshuh rasana granam iti pancha jnanendriyani. Shrotrasya digdevata.
Mm.
Right? So
Mm-hmm.
Shrotra is the
Yeah.
space.
Hearing. Yeah, space.
1 second, I was sneezing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Shrotrasya digdevata. Tvacho vayuhu.
Mm-hmm.
Twach, the organ of the perception,
Touch.
organ
Yeah.
of perception of touch is Vayu.
Mm.
Chakshushaha Suryaha. For the
Mm-hmm.
eyes, it is Surya.
So yeah.
Rasanaya Varunaha. For the
Mm.
taste, it is Varuna. It's
Mm.
actually very logical if you look at it.
Right.
Without water, without saliva, you cannot, uh,
Mm.
yeah,
Correct.
we're beyond time.
Mm.
Granasya Ashvinau.
Mm.
We have two nostrils, no? So Ashvinau.
Right.
Granasya Ashvinau. Iti Jnanendriya Devata.
Mm.
I'll read again.
Mm.
Shrotram tvak chakshuh rasana granam iti pancha jnanendriyani.
Mm.
Shrotrasya digdevata.
Mm.
Tvacho vayuh. Chakshushah suryah. Rasanaya varunaha. Granasya ashvinau. Then iti
Mm.
jnanendriya devata. Shrotrasya vishaya shabdagrahanam. That I'm not going to read. One, the other one is Vak Pani Pada Payu Upastaniti Pancha Karmendriyani.
Mm.
Vacho Devata Vannihi. Vacho, the speech is Vanni.
Which is one year. Yeah. Mm.
Vanni is the
Mm-hmm.
other form of fire, name for
Mm-hmm.
fire. Hastayor Indraha, hands is Indra.
Mm-hmm.
Padayor Vishnuhu,
Mm-hmm.
Payor Mrityuhu,
Mm.
Upastasya Prajapatihi. Actually, we
Prajapati.
got it right. It's just that we
Yeah, we
didn't,
did. Yeah.
yeah, we
Yeah.
got
The one,
everything right.
a walk, like I was thinking about Agni even for the vision also. It's a form of the Agni, from
Vision
that
is
only
Surya. Yeah,
Surya. So that Surya and this one was,
Vanni.
then I remember like the Agni.
So I'll just repeat this. I know we've crossed the time. Vak pani payu upastani iti pancha karmendriyani.
Mm.
Vajo devata vannihi. Hastayor indraha.
Mm.
Padayor vishnuhu.
Mm.
Payor mrityuhu. Upastasya prajapatihi. And then there is also um there is the Rudra thing that comes in later.
Oh yeah, the mind thing, right? That we read it somewhere. It is under Antakarna only. It's
I
not.
don't want to keep us waiting here. I think
That
Yeah.
we
is
will.
Agni Tishtato in stomach, like the statements were there. But exact word I am not remembering.
What word?
For stomach, there is a Agni, means that Pachak Agni. That
Vaish,
also is
Vaishnava Nara.
Vaishwanara. Ha.
Vaishvanara. Nara.
Agni, Vaishwana.
That's a fire, digestive fire. Vaishvanara.
3 states, 5 sheets. I think it comes in the sheets.
5 sheets, it's Panchakosha, right? Oh, that Vaishvanara comes in the sheath. Annamaya Kosha, that Manomaya Kosha, and the Annamaya Kosha, Manomaya, sorry. Annamaya,
Yeah, I think
Vijnanamaya kosha, jnanam.
Jnanamaya Kosha, Anandamaya Kosha. No, there's one in the middle.
Pranamaya kosha.
yeah, okay. I got this one for presiding deities. This is in the evolution of the 3 qualities. Etesham panchatattvanam samishti satvikamshat manobuddhyahankara chittantah karanani sambhutani. Sankalpa vikalpatmakam manaha nischayatmika buddhihi ahankarta ahankaraha. Chintanakatra chittam manaso devata chandramaha buddhehe brahma ahankarasya rudraha chittasya vasudevaha. So this completes the deities. So
Right.
manaso devata chandramaha buddher brahma ahankarasya rudraha and chittasya vasudevaha.
Vasudeva. So Vasudeva is like Krishna, right? Like I said Vishnu, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay,
And,
Vasudeva.
right. Fine. So a little bit of Tattva Bodh revision today.
That's nice. Thank you.
We'll do the Shanti part and then the meditation. Huh?
Yeah. Loka samastha sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Meditation is accepting this moment, living every moment totally with depth. Let us keep our spine erect and body relaxed and eyes closed. Relax your shoulders. Keep a big smile on your face. You're sitting like the statue of Buddha, very serene and with a serene smile on your face. Relax your body. Let's take a deep breath in and breathe out. Become aware of your chest region, throat and chest region. If you notice some tension in the body, just let it be. Except those parts of the body where you feel a tension, the other parts are in comfort. Other parts are at peace. Become aware of that also. There are many good things about you and inside of you. Acknowledge them. They will never leave you. And the negative aspect you may see in you is never going to stay with you forever. They are all guests for some time. Let them be. Sit with the total acceptance of yourself the way you are at this very moment. total acceptance of what is now here lead us to deeper meditation. Let go of all the effort. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let go of all your effort and be in this emptiness. And slowly and gradually become aware of body and surroundings. And you may gently open your eyes.